Hey there everyone, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This one is very special, and as you can see, it's Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX is easily one of the greatest RPGs ever made, and it is probably my favorite Final Fantasy on the PS1. I'll be honest with you guys, Final Fantasy IX and Final Fantasy VIII kind of trade places at times for favorite on that system, but all three of the main Final Fantasy games on the PS1 are just great games. And I've been wanting to bring an LP of Final Fantasy IX for a long time, and I never got my chance really until it came out on Steam. So yeah, this is not the PS1 version, this is the Steam version that came out in 2016, and why did I wait until now to start an LP? You know, I gotta be honest with you, I'm really not sure. But me and Spirit both kind of decided that this should be my 300 sub LP, because I was debating on what game to play for 300 subs. And you know what? We decided that this would have been a really good game, because Final Fantasy IX, well, it is a really good game. It's, like I said, it's one of my favorite RPGs of all time, one of my favorites on the PS1. Well, actually a lot of my favorite RPGs come from the PS1. Because seriously, the PS1 was like one of the greatest times in gaming history for RPGs. But, you know, I could get into why I like Final Fantasy IX so much, but that would involve spoiling some of the experience of the game. And I don't really want to do that. I want you guys to experience Final Fantasy IX as I play it, like not really knowing what to expect from it. Like if you, and well, on that note, it's like seriously, if you guys want an amazing RPG, just go buy this game. Go buy it and play it yourself. I'm not saying not to watch my LP, honestly. I'm just saying that, like, seriously, if you guys want one of the best RPGs you'll ever play in your life, just go play Final Fantasy IX. Anyway, if you guys are wondering why I'm not getting into the game, it's because, you know how it showed, like, the four characters, the little quotes and stuff? Well, if you let it go through the title screen a second time, like it just did, and then wait a little bit more, it'll show four more, and I wanted to show those off before actually starting the game. But anyway, yes, 300 subscriber special. I want to say a thank you to everyone who subscribed to me. I really hope you guys could continue to enjoy my content, and I'm just really glad. It seems like I'm always losing my words, and I'm like never exactly sure what to say. But most importantly, just thank you, everyone. You have no idea how much it means to me. So anyway, enough yammering on at the title screen. Let's just go ahead and get on into this masterpiece of a game. Well, actually, before we continue, I was gonna say, it was honestly between this or Wild Arms 2, and honestly, part of me is a little bit sad that Wild Arms 2 isn't gonna be a special LV, because that's another one of my favorite games of all time. But it is what it is, so let's get on into this. here is our main character, everyone. We'll learn his name in a moment. And there's the basic controls. Also, Final Fantasy IX has the most adorable Moogles in the entire series. Fight me. Anyway, what we're supposed to do at the start here is light this candle in the middle of the room, but if we walk around the room a little bit, we'll be able to find some items first. And if you don't get these now, you'll never be able to get them. So yeah, if you see an exclamation pop up like that, just press the action button. Also, hold on, I need to configure the controls real quick. Actually, I need to set some stuff first. Wait. Yeah, custom. I want to switch B. Yeah. Wait. Okay, cancel. There we go. Now it's, let's see, left bumper, right bumper. Okay. Yeah, now the buttons are more or less like the PS1 controller. Confirm is A, cancels. Well, yeah, think about like the PS. Just think about this like in the PS1 sense. I'm using an Xbox 360 controller, but now it'll feel more like a PS1 controller. Okay, I want to turn the field messages up. Battle speed. The battles in this game are pretty slow, so it's best to turn the battle speed up to maximum. A lot of people complain about the slow battle speed of Final Fantasy IX, but it never really bothered me that much, but it's definitely best to put it on fast, and even then it's really not that... Oh, darn it. I got used to the way the controls were before. By the way, I know that's like the Japanese controls. Like circle would be confirm and X would be cancel if it was a PS1 controller. But I'm used to the the NTSC controls. So X would be confirm and circle would be cancel, or in this case B and A, or A and B respectively. Anyway. Yeah, I know, we're not making much progress here. I need to set stuff up first. Window color. Classic. Yeah, that is way better than that dull gray. Let's have the classic window color. Oh, by the way, this stuff down here, these are basically cheats. You can give yourself, like, infinite gil, basically. This has to do with your abilities and master abilities. I think that gives you, like, every ability in the entire game. Which reminds me, go ahead and go check out Spirit's playthrough of this game. I'll go ahead and link to his first video of it in the description. But yeah, he's doing an LP of this game right now. He's really far into it, and the reason that I'm bringing this up now is because he's actually playing with cheats. Because he, like, literally doesn't give a crap at all. He's just, like, speeding through the game with cheats. But yeah, I'm not going to be using those. I'm going to be playing the game legit. Okay, movement. Set that to run. Skip battle camera. Nah. Let's see. TB. Active or wait. Basically, wait. In Final Fantasy games, wait basically means that, while you're selecting items or abilities or magic or something, enemies won't be able to make a turn. It kind of pauses the battle, but if it's active, that means it's all constantly going. You know, for an increased challenge, I'm going to go with active. I usually have it on active anyway. Okay, sound and sound effects. Alright. Everything should be all good and set up now. Now, unfortunately, there are some changes made to the Steam version that I'm not really a fan of, but I guess I'll get into those. It's not really that many. It's more nitpicky things, but I just really wish, I really wish the experience was exactly like the PS1 version, you know, visuals aside, which are obviously going to be improved. Like, I don't know, it's like they made some weird changes to some of the sound effects and stuff that I just really don't understand. But whatever. Oh, by the way, I meant to mention this sooner. Those gray bars on the side of the screen, that's actually part of the game because, you know, Square Enix, they didn't make this, like, actual widescreen, like, 16:9 resolution. So when I'm running in, like, you know, 1280 by 720 resolution, which is what I record most things in if I'm able, well, yeah, those bars appear on the side. I'm not gonna crop them out though, because I don't know. It kind of makes it look like I don't know. I don't know. They add something to it, but I don't know what it is. I guess it makes it look a little bit like a theater or something. I don't know what it is I'm thinking of, but I don't mind them being there. And plus, if I crop them out, then I'd have to, like, video. I don't know. I don't really know what that would do to the quality. I'd have to stretch it to, like, you know. It's like if I crop them out, then upload the video, then you'd see just like black bars there anyway. And if I stretched it, it might like damage the quality. So whatever. I'm just leaving it like this. Anyway, yes, right into our first battle. Now, in battles, especially boss battles, you probably want Zidane to be stealing most of the time, and yes, that's how I say his name. Some people say Zidane, some people say Zidane or Zidane or whatever. I know he's named after the, I think he's a football player. I think his name is actually like Zidane, but I always said Zidane. Wow, this first episode has been very, very slow with me just yammering on about a lot of stuff, but I have a lot of things to say. Anyway, yeah, that was basically just Baku just surprising everybody like, "Rawr, I'm a monster." I guess he was just testing them to make sure they're ready to fight. Of course, I can already say that one of the reasons I really like this game and why it's great is the soundtrack. I think Final Fantasy IX probably has one of the best soundtracks in the whole Final Fantasy series. Like, just about every single track in this game is just so fitting for where it's used. That's when I kidnapped Queen Braun, right? Alright, let's... Actually, no, I'm gonna keep choosing this because actually, something funny happens. If you keep choosing this, I don't know how many times it is, but you'll see what happens eventually. I don't think it takes too long. Might take like 10 times? I'm not sure. I don't know. Huh. Does this really happen, or am I just, like, going crazy? I could have sworn something happens if you keep doing this. I could have sworn this character just, like, runs into the room and, like, says something, and then runs out. Okay, so I checked, and apparently you have to choose it 64 times. Why 64? I have no idea. We should be almost there, though. I've selected it, like, I think that was the 57th time. I wasn't keeping too strict of a count. Should be almost there. Well, I guess I was off. Oh, off by one. Oh, here she comes! I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, that's one of those really, like, weird, hidden little things. Anyway, yeah, that's when we kidnap Princess Garnet. Already, one of the changes that doesn't really make much sense to me is in the PS1 version, she actually talked like a little kid. Like, you know, the L's, like in all right, it was like replaced with W's. You know, like all right, all right, all right. That actually sounds the same when you pronounce it, but I don't know. Like, there's some weird little changes like that that just don't really make sense. Like, it makes sense to fix, like, translation errors and stuff in a port, but I don't know really what the point is of changing dialogue like that. And some of the sound effects in the game I kind of have an issue with. Some of them are the same, but they replaced other sound effects, particularly battle sound effects, with like completely new sounds that, in my opinion, they just do not sound anywhere near as good as in the PS1. Maybe that's just nostalgia. I don't know. But really, I don't think it's as good. And something really weird, like we haven't really fought any monsters yet, but I guess I'll go ahead and say this now. Something really weird, is that they removed the monster death sounds in this version. Because in the PS1 version, monsters would have, like, you know, they would, like, they like, you know, they would have, like, a cry at the start of the battle, and then there'd be, like, a death cry when they're defeated. They kept in the cries when they, like, enter battle, but for some reason they remove their death cries when you defeat them, and that just, like, really rubs me the wrong way. Like, I know it's kind of a nitpick, but it just, I don't know, it's like killing monsters just isn't anywhere near as satisfying without them letting out those roars when they die. It's just, like, I just don't understand why they would take that out. It really doesn't make any sense. I doubt space was an issue. I mean, I know this is technically the phone, you know, the iOS port of the game, but I highly doubt that those sound effects took up that much space. But enough complaining. Honestly, though, that's pretty much my biggest gripes with the Steam version. Everything else, I think, is fine. And I think that's all the, yeah. I think that's all the items we can get on the screen. Now, you might have noticed we were picking up cards. Oh. Oh, whoops, wait a minute, I set the controls wrong. Herp-a-derp-a-derp. What? No. There. I need to leave those two alone. Okay, now Y is like triangle, and X is like square. But yes, this game has a card game. There's not really much point to it. It's just kind of a little side distraction, but it's okay. You're the one that ran into me, bud. You're not even gonna say sorry. Also, something new they added to the Steam version, if a character plays, like if a character will play cards with you, there'll be two bubbles. Like one of the little bubbles will be a card. That wasn't in the PS1 version. And you're probably wondering, who is this little guy? Well, we'll find out eventually. Actually, those of you, like, if you never played Final Fantasy IX, but you've played Kingdom Hearts, you might recognize this little guy. But we'll find out who he is pretty soon. By the way, Alexandria is home to one of the worst mini-games of any game, RPG or not, that I have ever played in my entire life, and I am not completing it. Because it is absolutely terrible, and you will understand why when we actually get to it. Wait, do characters only have one line of dialogue? I guess. I've been playing Trails of Cold Steel lately. I'm so used to characters, like, having more than one line of dialogue when or NPCs, I mean. I'm so used to NPCs having more than one line of dialogue. Okay, I think that's everything in here. We can't go upstairs, because it's busted, as you can see. If we talk to this guy again, I think... Yeah, okay, well, let's not do that yet. I want to be your crow. Huh. Something doesn't sound right about that. Here's an item shop, but we don't need to buy anything. So much gil just lying around. Oh yeah, and since this is the first Final Fantasy game I've LP'd on this channel, yeah. Just so you know, gil is the currency in Final Fantasy games. Which is weird because it makes it sound like everybody's paying with fish gills, even though it's only spelt with a single L. Everything in here. I think. Wait a minute. Nah, okay. Oh yeah, I mentioned that the card bubble was new. Actually, in the PS1 version, NPCs didn't have any bubble pop up. Yeah, that was just the weapon shop that I was just in. Oh, here we go. This is where he tells you about the 3 cards. I think you have to talk to him there and get that line of dialogue, or else you won't be able to find them. Wow. Bad day. Yeah, we kind of heard. Are there any items in here? I don't think so. We can go out here. Nothing but a nice view. But that in and of itself is nice. Oops, I didn't mean to go over there. Okay, let's take a shot at this. Yep, say hello to the worst minigame in gaming history. Let's try to break at least 50. Ah, I goofed up. Whatever. Yeah, I think if you get up to at least 100, you'll get a card. Like, I think they just give you cards for like every 100 that you get, and yeah, you want to know why this is the worst minigame in history? In order to get the final reward, which is a key item, you have to jump 1,000 times. I kid you not. I don't think I've ever gotten further than 100 something. I guess there's a rhythm to it, and like I guess in time it can become easier to do, but can't talk to them. Oh, seriously though. 1,000 jumps without messing up. It's just crazy. I don't think I'll ever be able to do it. But yeah, I have gotten up to at least 100 on that minigame, but I'm not even going to worry about it, because there is no way I will ever be able to get to 1,000. And just FYI, the key item in question has no use. It's an item called King of Jump Rope, I believe. There's no use for it, though. thought Mittens was a girl. Oh. Different cat, I guess. You can actually find Mittens for him. We have to go all the way back to the very first screen. Well, not the first screen, but yeah, we have to go back to the square. Oh, you can actually see him right there. He was running. There he is. And I think if you go back and talk to him again, he gives you a reward. A bomb card. You can get a lot of cards in the early game. Actually, you can do something really, really mean here. If you let her run out like that, then go in here. If you go up here, you can steal her gill. But I've actually heard that if you don't do that, I think like you get something later on. I'm not sure. I think I might have heard that. I think it's only like 5 gil, so I'm not gonna take it anyway. Like, I've heard that like, causes something to happen later on if you don't steal that. I'm not sure, because I've never done it. At least not as far as I can remember. Also, if you go up here... pull the rope. Oh, there's the 3 special cards he hid. And you have to do that before you actually proceed with the story events. See, in order to actually progress with the story... Oh, dang it, I was thinking I was going on to the main screen. In order to actually progress the story, we have to talk to the ticket master in the booth right here. But yeah, I wanted to get everything else in here done first. Anyway, we're about out of time for this episode, so we'll do that next time. See ya, everyone.